guys ready to get started?
Bet.
Ow. Look at us. We look like we're all professional, but we're not, because this is just a hangout. Okay, guys, this is TOR Hangout number... Anybody know?
Lucky 7.
7. Can you believe we've done this for 7 weeks now? That's awesome. Let's go ahead and let everybody introduce yourselves. We're going to start from the left and move over to the right, since we can't go from the top to the bottom. We're trying a little bit different, the different Google Hangout window. So, Andy, why don't you introduce yourself?
There you go. Okay.
All right, my name is Andy Scott. That's about it. Right now, for audio tonight, if you can hear me or not, yeah, see, now I'm hearing myself. I'm on about a 10-second delay from where I hear things back, my output from the speakers from what you guys are saying. I'm listening to stream, which is on twitch.tv/TOR Hangout. You all obviously know that, and anyone seeing the stream knows that, so I don't know who I was talking to then, but I'll just be on a delay, so I'm going to pretend I'm across the pond tonight.
All right. Well, we'll go to Andy, our correspondent across the ocean, with a 10-second delay. All right, who's next?
All right, hi, I'm Brad. Just giant tech geek, Star Wars nut, and general smartass, I guess.
Cody, you're up.
I'm Cody, gamer, software engineer, father, husband, big Star Wars fan. Very excited about SOTOR. This is my first SOTOR Hangout, but we use Hangouts at work all the time.
Awesome.
That's it.
JJ. Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. Well, my picture didn't go up on the screen, so I wasn't wondering. I'm JJ. I'm from Vancouver. I'm your mama gamer
Right on.
that we discussed today. I'm the geriatric gamer here.
Oh, please. We're not going to go into the ages again, are we? All right. Thanks, JJ. And we have a couple of new faces. Jewel.
Hi, I'm Jewel. I'm from St. Louis. I work for ForceJunkies.com. It's a Star Wars The Old Republic fan site.
Awesome.
Getting some bad feedback from myself.
It's perfect. You're fine.
Hey everyone, I'm Johnny from Sith Vengeance. I'm the GM, and I'm just trying to figure out how I'm playing 2 accounts and 4 mains.
Okay.
My name is Kyle Maxwell. I'm also, like everybody else, a Star Wars gamer. Left Galaxies a few years ago, then left EVE Online, and now I'm just mostly doing beta where I can and playing Civ 5 most of the time, actually.
All right.
Oh.
You just lost it.
Hi, I'm Melissa. I am the Sith Inquisitor Captain for the guild Genesis. We're at genesis-tor.engine.com, and I am now a news writer for the website Torocast at torocast.com. And I'm from DC, Washington, D.C.
And I'm Mike Norton. I am the guild master for Redeemed, West Coast Guild. I live in California. I'm the one that kind of had the weird idea to put these hangouts together using Google's new technology. I am a Google fanboy, as everybody knows. I'm also a Star Wars fanboy. So, welcome everybody. First thing we have to do after the announcements is I have to always do our disclaimer. There will be no NDA breaking of any kind. The good news is we have a bunch of information we can talk about because there's been some leaks going on. Not leaks, but actually confirmations of stuff. So we're here. We use the Google+. We are about building community for Star Wars, The Old Republic. It's a passion I've had in many different games. Is as many know that have listened to the other Hangouts, we want to make sure that when we go into Star Wars that we have a community that's built of really awesome people and not a bunch of trolls and everything. So we've got a unique ability to do that. So let's go ahead and get started talking about the news. There's been a lot of stuff that just recently hit in SOTOR, and how this works out for everybody who's new. Just kind of chime in anytime. I'm going to list some stuff, and then we'll let you guys tackle with it if you have any interesting information. The first thing that I have on the list is the Fansite Summit number 2, and after that I have in bold drama. Who wants to tell us about the Fansite number 2 summit that's going on right now, and if anybody has any, what's going on with this little drama?
I don't know about the drama. I have several friends who are at the summit this week, where basically BioWare invited several folks invited with a couple of different popular fan sites from around the country down to Austin to have a good time. I'm assuming there might be a little bit of beer consumed in the after hours, and they're kind of giving them some information and talking to them about some of the same things that we're concerned about. I am anxious to hear about the drama, however.
Well, the drama I'm referring to is pretty much, I think a couple days before it happened, there was a couple of sites that were a little upset that they didn't get picked. And so a lot of text and stuff was going out. But, for the most part, that's one of those things that happens in any game when there's this type of thing happening. So, anybody been following what's been coming out of that and the basic things?
Oh, we lost Drew.
No, I haven't really been following it. I mean, and to be honest, I know far less about the actual event than Kyle does. But I could tell that there was a bit of, as you put it, a bit of drama, just because I follow Stephen Reed on Twitter, and he was kind of alluding to the fact that there were a lot of people complaining that they didn't get invited, and he was like, well, if we don't know you exist. And he wasn't being, rude. He wasn't. No, but I don't think he was being rude about it. But he was like, if you don't let us know about your site, then there's no way we can invite you. So.
Well, and then the other part of the drama.
That's all I've heard.
Who was it that I think it was Daniel had made some comments at. I'm trying to remember who. I know I'm really good at keeping all this facts together. Basically, they talked about the fact that at the beginning of any game launch like this, you're going to get lots of fan sites that come up, and it's just this rush for everybody to try to carve out a place. And then what happens is after the launch of the game, eventually things start falling off and they go away.
Right.
So he mentioned that, and a lot of people got their feelings hurt. And it's one of those touchy-feeling things, but it was the truth. It's absolutely the case. All of us here know that whenever a site posts up, I want to cover all the news and everything's like, that's great. There's a lot of competition out there. Wish you luck. But just remember that, it's sometimes a lot of competition.
Well, and there was
and
a significant, and it's a lot of work. There is a significant cost factor here as well. I don't know about if for everybody, for at least some folks, BioWare was covering some portion of the transportation costs. Much less these things by themselves are not exactly free to put on, both in terms of they've got to put folks at the summit instead of doing the dev work and getting ready for launch, as well as space and provisions and all those things. And they've got limited space, and yeah, I know the fan site that I know that sent people is in pretty good communication with the BioWare community people, like on a day-to-day basis. Nothing inappropriate, repetitious, but through the normal channels. And if you're not taking advantage of those, then you may not get invited to things like this.
Well, did we have a representative?
No.
I'll volunteer.
We are just a community-based group of folks that are using technology.
Come on.
It would be awesome if we could get some kind of. We did. We kind of poked it at Georg this week, as a matter of fact, and he's busy. Wink, wink.
Right. Hey, I'll be in Austin next weekend, so.
There you go.
Cody and I can go down to Austin anytime. It's 3 hours away.
The site that I currently work for is at the Fan Summit right now.
Nice.
Mine too.
I think we have 2
Torcast.
sites that are actually represented here that are there. Just a few of us that aren't, so which is good, and that brings us to a few things. So the fan site's going on, Summit, which will give us some more information that we've got. We'll be bringing that up, and let me move because there's one thing I really want to talk about. But one of the things that was released is Cyborgs were confirmed as a race. Sorry.
So, were there pictures posted? Was there official pictures posted on SOTOR?
I haven't seen pictures yet. I've been looking.
So, it's just a verbal confirmation?
Here you go. Here's a picture. Okay, there's a cyborg.
That's not far off.
It was a verbal confirmation by James Olin at the Q&A.
I feel kind of bad because I had mentioned this before. I really thought that this was already public, but as it is, I don't think it was any great, huge. It's fascinating to people like me who really wanted to play a cyborg, but I don't think this was that far away from what things people expected.
But when you hear the word cyborg, don't you just... I instantly think Star Trek, not Star Wars.
Yeah, you kind of have to be reminded that Anakin eventually was a cyborg.
Well,
I mean, Darth Vader's a cyborg.
Well, I know, but I'm with you though.
Cyborg.
I'm like, I don't remember there being any cyborgs in the
Here's
movies.
Yuri, the blonde robot who looks exactly like a human that Prince Zeisler.
Yeah, it wasn't Forlom in Empire Strikes Back.
You guys are going way over my pay grade. I don't know who y'all talking about.
Lobot in Empire Strikes Back, Lando's buddy.
Yeah,
I thought he just had some headphones on the back of his head.
I thought he was a cyborg. I mean, the way he moved.
Mm-hmm.
That's how I move.
So let's be clear what a cyborg is as far as TOR is concerned.
Go ahead and define cyborg.
In this case, we're talking about characters that have cybernetic pieces on them. It doesn't turn them into robots, but you're pretty much, I don't want to give away too much, but you're not thinking, don't think like half human, half whatever.
Cybernetic enhancements.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, think like all the races.
But it's visual, right? It's cosmetic.
Yeah,
Yes.
all the races.
So, a bionic eye?
Mm-hmm. Well, if you look really
Maybe.
carefully, if you look really carefully at some of the screenshots that are out that are official or in the Fansite packs, you will see cyborgs in some of those screenshots. So that's basically what you get.
It'll probably be updated in the next couple days.
Pure blood.
Now, there's some folks that are a little perturbed about the idea. They are, they're a little upset that it's basically human race, just with the, cosmetic stuff. Well, howdy, we got a new person.
I sell apples and apple accessories.
Hello there. I am JJ from ToroCast.
Hey, JJ, welcome to the Hangout.
No.
Hey.
Two JJs.
You're upset
now there's
about
two
Cyborg.
JJs.
I am extremely upset about
Okay,
Cyborgs.
call me Jenny.
Hi, Jenny.
So can we have a red-colored cyborg?
No, I don't think so.
I think so.
Not that.
I don't know.
I don't know.
I do
what...
really think it was a strange move to put cyborgs in, but then almost kind of it be a big give up. I mean, because, and I'm trying my hardest not to break the NDA, but I'm new to all this. I don't know what.
In that game, Mass Effect.
I mean, this cyborg. I mean, it just seems like that they're like, okay, we have an additional race here. Let's go to the trouble of coding. Assuming they do different voiceovers for it or whatever. But then it looks.
Another voice.
So I hear it's just the human models with some extra something that may or may not fit on top of it. I mean, it's
Okay, let's specify a couple of things. One is that all voiceovers are per gender and class. So there's one female trooper, there's one male trooper voice.
Okay.
It's not per race. Second, all of the races that we have are not only cosmetic only, but essentially humans with some odd graphics on them. I mean, what do we know? We know the Mira Luca that have the stuff over their eyes. We have the Zabraks that have face tattoos and some horns glued on. I mean, none of them are that different, really. So this is a human with some robot stuff glued on. Okay.
Why does it have to be a human, though? Why can't I
be
be a Twi'lek with cybernetic stuff attached to me?
That would be awesome. A cybernetic Leku, you don't know what that
I think that's my whole issue with the cyborg thing. Is it should have been a slider on your character creation thing. You should have been like, hey, I want to be a Zabrak with what happens if my Twi'lek loses an eye? Do we just take her behind the barn and put a bullet in her head? We can't give her a cybernetic eye because that's for humans only.
Yeah, maybe cybernetic implants are only given out by the Empire. There you go.
Okay, so yes, that was one of the things that was revealed and confirmed. It's been floating around in rumors and scuttlebutt. So, but we now have that cyborg is a confirmed race. We don't know. I'm not going to play one. I'm playing a human. Y'all know that I'm boring.
I'm playing the cyborg, so I'm excited to see this out.
I'm split between human and pure blood now.
I'm playing anything but a Twi'lek.
How it works is Jules, so you
Didn't
know
mean to offend anyone.
how the Google Hangout works is whenever somebody has some noise, it kind
Audio.
of moves right to you. So
it's getting me because I'm eating nerds.
Yep.
Right.
All right, so the next
Hold on, I got some pop rocks around here somewhere.
The next thing that is confirmed, absolutely confirmed, is achievements have been confirmed for SWTOR, and we kind of talked about that last week, but what do you guys think about achievements? Are you excited? Are you met, or go?
I mean, I don't know. They keep you in the game for longer, but it kind of breaks immersion to me a little bit. It's like, oh, I got an achievement for doing this. What does this have to do with the story?
Oops, someone said immersion. I have to take a drink.
You get an awesome pet or something.
I think you'll probably find it's a case-to-case basis.
Is immersion an option on PvE servers?
Yeah.
Is it immersion an option on most? I mean,
You've been a dick 50 times. Achievement unlocked.
Yeah, I mean, back in any other game, achievements have never appealed to me, but at the same time, the people that I considered, close friends that I played with, they loved achievements. So I think you'll find it's on a case-to-case basis. I'm going to get my nerds now.
Jewel loves her candy.
Keep going. I'm multitasking.
I mean, I like getting achievements in my old World of Warcraft account, in my Xbox Live, but I just feel that it breaks my immersion a little bit. It's like, oh, if I do this and farm this much, I will get this amazing achievement. Why would a hero go and do that if not for an achievement?
Well, it depends, I guess, on what the achievements are, how they're implemented, what you get for them. If it's, you feel cool because you get some achievement points and you get a little pop-up that says, congratulations, you just do it, you get a little graphic effect, and then you move on, then I don't see a big issue there. I'm kind of with Cody. I have some buddies that love these things, and they're planning on playing TOR, so I'm happy for them. Past that, depends on, what you do, but there's a lot of stuff that why would a hero do this or that? Hopefully they implement them in a way that they feel like cool things to do, and they're not all of these simple, oh, you have now landed on Terrace 100 times. Congratulations.
Now, I can remember about 2 years ago when they were talking about the planning process of how they come up with a lot of this stuff for the game, that it was actually on the One Up podcast, and they were talking how when developing these stories, you're supposed to be the heroic element of what you're doing. And so they'll sit around on the table, and I wish we could adapt this to my job. Someone will come up with an idea, and then they'll sit there and hash that idea out. So they'll say, oh, you're a Sith warrior, you're going to have to kill these local farmers, you need to kill 5 farmers and just burn their fields. And so they'll think about that, and they'll say, that is a retarded idea. Why would he care about burning farms? That is a stupid idea. You can't talk for the rest of the meeting. And they would just berate these people to encourage them, come up with something good. Think about this, because we want to come up with some good writing here. And I thought, as silly as it was, that was a fun thing to think about, that they're that serious that you put other people down in the room that don't come up with stupid ideas. We want something great.
Wait, you mean this game's about story?
Mm-hmm.
Take a drink.
Are there quests in this game?
There are awesome ones too. All right, so achievements. Who else has an opinion?
I don't care. I'm done with them. I feel like I've wasted probably
a week in time putting them into WoW, and when I look back, I'm really bitter that I was stupid enough to fall for it.
Ditto.
Because I had to have my white prototype dragon.
Oh, I knew we were going to the white prototype story.
I know.
Yeah. After I got my lore master title, I was done.
Oh, you're
God,
insane.
I did so much. You know, when I quit WoW, I was one achievement away from getting the 1 year achievement.
Oh.
But,
I like them, so I'll probably do them.
I'm torn. I like them and I don't like them. I like them when I'm doing them and I'm bored and it keeps me in the game. But then, like JJ said, if you get to the point where you don't get your white proto-drake, or you can't get that stupid toothpick in House Endil.
Yes.
Oh, why did you have to bring that up?
Because it sucked. All right, so achievements have been confirmed. Some people really like that. Some it'll be fine. I think it's going to be a good addition. I don't know how they're going to. You know, we kind of talked about this. I'm still looking forward to them having a web interface, kind of like WoW does for the Armory, that we could then look at some of that stuff. Because otherwise, kind of, what's the point of an achievement if you can't? I guess brag, not brag, but.
That's where titles are nicer, though.
Well, yeah.
It's over your head.
So what's the thing, Mike, that you're thinking they may have a website like the WoW Armory?
That would be nice.
I would
They'll
love
have
that.
to.
Well,
I can't say them not.
I have a feeling that TOR is going to have all that stuff built into it. That's why we already have our guild forums and everything on their own website. I have a
That
feeling
would be a nice surprise.
yeah,
I
that's
have a
probably
feeling-
what they've been working on with all these
Right.
downtimes.
Well,
that's what World of Warcraft is up to now. You can click on someone's armory, click on an item, and get all the details from the item, where it drops, percentage rate, and everything. I have a feeling BioWare is just going to get that on day one.
I heard that they were just going to get rid of the whole guild thing going on their forums.
what?
Well, the way it works is once the game is launched, a lot of the guild headquarters stuff is going to melt away. You need the forums and
Guild
stuff.
administration.
Right. Because there'd be no reason to invite. Because once we go live, you will actually do things the standard way. People in game will ask for invites from officers and whatnot. It's only during that first initial launch of the game, and they get your guild set up, and you log in with that first tune.
See, I don't like that because I like the integration of all the social stuff into the website now, and I
Yeah.
like having those things. You know, if you're at work or on your phone or whatever, not able to play, the more you can do, like the WoW Armory, so much the better. I mean, and they got catch up to do. So instead of just trying to catch up to what WoW already does, let's let them do some new, cool stuff. Nerds.
Well, we can do some really good speculation here. They've got some really talented web developers in their working force, and they've been doing a lot of things lately. How many maintenances have we had in the last 2 to 3 weeks alone, where they've been moving servers, doing some infrastructure stuff behind the scenes? It could be that they got something ready to roll out. And like I said, besides the armory stuff, I would love to see where we could then queue up crafting and all that for our crew skills when we're offline, since that's something they can be crafting while you're gone.
Oh,
That's all speculation.
Be awesome.
That would be nice.
I want
That
an
would
app for
definitely be
that.
nice.
Oh,
I'd pay money for the WoW app, for the auction house app, so or I did when I played WoW. I would.
that's a good question. How many would pay for an app for iOS device or Android to be able to do some of this stuff? I would. I'm cheap.
I
I'd
did
pay
it
money for it to be not on iOS.
I'm throwing money at my monitor. Nothing's happening.
We got a bunch of
It's because
people in the chat room that are saying that they would too. The chat room. We have a chat room. What is this? A bunch of folks just building a community here. That's what we are. All right. The next thing is pre-order numbers. I didn't talk about this last week because it didn't change a lot. But holy crap!
Yeah, didn't it jump this week from 5th to 4th?
800,000.
And that doesn't count digital deluxe and digital.
Correct. These are, speculative numbers at best, but still 800,000 for launch.
Does that include world sales too, like Europe and stuff?
I think that's just U.S. I'd have to go to that site.
Yeah, that's probably the site that
I think
everyone's
it's U.S.
using.
brick and
That's
mortar source only.
ridiculous.
Yeah.
It's over 9,000!
Yeah.
So
That's
that's
Sorry, it had to be done.
200,000 pre-orders each day of early access.
Yeah, it
That
jumped.
gets
Yeah,
added
something
in?
like that.
And that, we'll jump ahead to the one thing on the list then is that they listed the pre-game or pre-release 5 days. It's not as much as some wanted, and it's more than some expected. They're going to roll that out. A lot of us, we still don't know exactly how or when we're going to get in. We don't know if GMs of certain guilds will be in day one or how all that's going to roll. So there's a lot of things that we don't know. But if we're going to be competing... Go ahead, John.
But we're saying that 800,000 at least are going to go in through 5 days.
Yep.
Or is it? So it's more than that.
Possibly.
Now remember those
nailed it on the 15th, with it being the last day of Galaxies. A lot of folks, myself and I, but there were thousands of us saying, "Oh, I bet it's going to be when Galaxies ends." Guess what?
I have a question though. I don't understand how it works because I didn't buy the digital copy, online version or whatever. I went to my EB Games and wanted to buy the physical disc, and I got that little game card. It says pre-register for access, which I just recently did because I was lazy. And then just this Saturday though, I went there again, and I'm just chatting up with the folks there, and they're like, "Oh yeah, TOR, do you want a free early access?" And she went and handed me one, and I thought, you had to buy it to get the card to get in the early access, and I don't understand how it works because she's just wanting to give them out like candy.
I don't know. It's based on when you input that code. So if you input like one,
but I don't have a physical disc to put in 5 days early because
they said
No, it's going to be
like a
digital
month
download,
ago,
like
everybody. Yeah,
but that
everybody
means
can
that
download.
store was giving out free codes to anyone who hadn't paid, so they'd be getting
Wow.
in 5 days early. I don't understand.
They
That
still have
needs
to
to be
pay for the game.
reported.
Yeah, I actually had to pre-order mine, and I did it through Origin, and in order to get the code. I thought you could do the $5 thing, because they actually charged you, $5 additional for that. But if you inputted the code, then you've got your pre-order code done. Even if you did a physical copy from like GameStop or something like that, they should have given you the code.
So I could have got in early and not paid anything then.
Except for not having the game.
Yeah, I did. With Amazon, I had a gift certificate for $50, and I thought, well, I'm just going to go ahead and buy the CE edition because that's $50 off that I don't have to pay. And they've never charged me a dime. They don't charge me till it ships.
I really wanted the collectors, but I didn't get it.
And here's the
I
other.
reserved a day 2 at GameStop, and I got my code and input it in 10 minutes later when I got home.
Now here's the other interesting
Oh,
thing.
so you'll be playing on the 15th.
Those who did it through Amazon and all that, you're getting a box copy, but you actually won't need that to install the game and be
Right.
in. I have mixed feelings about that because I'm the guy. I've been to every expansion midnight for WoW with my daughters. My oldest daughter went with me the first 2, and then my youngest went with me to the last one. And so it was kind of an event. At the same time, I hated that I was on the West Coast and all my East Coast friends were already in game while I was waiting for midnight to come around. So, I
Yes,
don't know.
but you have the benefit of spending that experience with your family while they were home forever alone.
I also had a
I'll
slight
still be
benefit of
standing
not-
in line.
I also had the slight benefit of hitting Hellfire when a lot of them went through it and the lag was minimal or somewhat minimal.
I'm still going to stand in line. Don't get me wrong. I may have early access, but I'll be in line with my laptop being like, doot, doot, doot.
Okay, another thing that I want to bring up, which is it just hit all our inboxes today, as a matter of fact, is BioWare is wanting to make sure that everybody changes their passwords to a very secure password within the next few days. If you have not got an email about it, you will shortly. They're ramping up another area of ramping up, which another question that's been asked when they did the CE stuff is there something in that CE I desperately want? Actually, I want an app for it. And that's the security fobble dongle thing so that we can then secure our accounts that way. No word on a application yet, but they've hinted to being able to purchase the dongle. So make sure that you go and you change your password in the next few days.
I'm totally going to forget to do that.
What does changing
too
the password
lazy.
have to do with getting a second authentication faster? Do you know?
What's that?
Well, okay. Yeah, we know that they're going to have some kind of authentication, second factor of authentication, like WoW and other games have, and a lot of us have at our workplaces. What does changing your password have to do with that? Do you know?
It's probably the type of password that you have, so they might be requiring special characters or uppercase, lowercase, some rule for your password. So that will be enforced now. It wasn't enforced before.
Oh,
but it was like either a month ago or a couple months ago. They actually, when I logged in, they added all these questions, and you also had to reset your password then, or maybe I just did it.
Well, they said if you created your account after October 21st, so I couldn't remember when that email went out and when we had to do all those changes, if that was in that time frame or before that. And I think you've nailed it, is that they've probably done some encryption changes to the password system, and they're trying to get it ready for more security and for this new dongle system. Who knows? We're speculating again, but it's all for our security.
It's just odd. I mean, professionally, I'm a information security guy, so I do investigations and security architecture and all those things. And normally, when you add that second factor, you're actually able to relax a little bit the restrictions on the first factor. That is, it's the same thing with your ATM card. When you go to put in your ATM card at a bank, you only have a 4-digit PIN instead of some long 12-digit monstrosity, because you're secured by having the PIN and something you know and something you have. So I just don't understand what's going on.
But we don't have that second factor yet. So right now, our only link and access to them, they're trying to shore that up.
Right. Yeah, I just thought for some reason somebody was speculating that it was tied to that second factor. That's all.
Well, and it's a hot topic right now. I just saw on my RSS feed today that the Steam forums got hacked. Somebody else got hacked just earlier this week or last week. So it's an active hot topic at the moment. So, but just make sure that you follow the directions in that email and go take care of that, and you should be okay. Otherwise, you might be sitting there on launch day. Hey, I gotta change my password.
Just since we're talking about security, I just want to mention one thing, which is some of these websites that are leak websites. There are like browser-based attacks on those leak websites, so just be careful what you're doing.
Also, never make your password swordfish.
That's my password. All right, another thing I wanted to talk about, which is really amazing and awesome, is it hit today, and that was with Google Plus issuing out pages. This is flipping awesome. We've been talking about building up a community. We've got a lot of guilds that are in the SWTOR circle that I've been sharing around. And by the way, that's another tagline I use is, "Hi, I'm Mike Norton, the guy who makes your inbox explode with circle updates." With that, we can now have guilds make pages. We are getting so much closer. We're getting this much closer to kicking the old archaic forum system and all that out on the street and having an actual social media type guild.
Can you believe all these articles and stuff saying that the pages might kill Twitter?
I think it will.
Yeah, I don't think so.
It's a whole different use case. It's totally.
It is.
Well, here's an idea. When we look at when you're dealing with guilds, and what is the number one thing you need to have for a guild organization in order to be successful?
A game.
Well, number two then.
Interaction
and communication. That's right.
Not a scuzzy guild leader.
Yeah, that tells me. Communication, interaction. Right now we're using forums. Forums are not as old as email, but it is an archaic and difficult system that can break down in so many ways.
Quite.
Dealing with large organizations. I mean, being an OTG and AIE, I can tell you, those forums, you want to find information, good luck. It gets buried. And then you've got the problem with the percentage of guildmates that actually attend and use forums for that type of thing. A lot of guilds in the past have gone to Twitter and even Facebook and used that as some means, but now we have even more. A lot of communications is happening in all these social media areas, and now we can just bring that all together. I'm excited about it, but maybe I'm alone. I don't know.
No, I'm looking forward to it.
I think it's great.
Yeah.
Yeah, totally.
That's spoken like a true Google fanboy.
I am a Google fanboy.
Which I am.
Notice how much more excited.
I'm with you there. I'm Google all the way.
Even
He's
though
so
I
much
was
more
a
excited about
curmudgeon.
Google Plus than TOR.
I was a Google fanboy till I got to play around with the Google Notebook, and I think that thing's a giant pile of junk. So
Google Notebook.
I've got 2 Chromebooks, so it's falling on deaf ears.
I've got the beta one, and blech.
I gave Kelly a hard
Love you,
time.
Google.
I gave Kelly a hard time because as soon as they issued the Pages thing, Google did what they typically do, which I wish somebody would teach them not to do this. They get this big old exciting news blurb out there that we got this really cool feature that only 2 people can use, and we're all going, wait, we want to use it too! And they wonder why they get slammed with everybody. I can't use it. What's wrong with this? So anyway, I think they actually got some pressure because all of a sudden it was turned on for everybody this afternoon. And if you're a guild leader or you have some other organization, get your page set up. Use that as a launch point. We've got it set up now for the TOR Hangout, which is really cool. And I'm just excited to see how it goes. The other thing is that I will give them a hard time about is this whole on-air feature for Hangouts. Hello, Google, please. I know we're not Black Eyed Peas, but come on. Throw us a bone.
They didn't even let the Muppets have a hangout with us.
Seriously,
I know.
Oh yeah, I saw
Really?
that.
11 people got in.
11?
Yeah, that was it.
More than 10?
Okay.
Probably someone crashed. I wouldn't have left.
So,
It's hacks.
yeah, really. The Friday update, we have the Imperial Agent progression video. And now I turn it over to all the Sith fans in the room and go, do you really think that was exciting?
Cobra!
It was very exciting for me.
You thought it was exciting?
Just be my number one choice as a character since day one.
Okay.
And I finally get to see it, and I was excited, and it actually made me change. I don't want to be a sniper anymore, and I want to go operative. So.
Oh, I was already going concealment operative cyborgs, so I was pumped to see this.
You're one of the few I heard who said that they liked it. Everybody else says it's like, eh.
I thought it was meh, but then
armor progression ever.
I'm
I'm with
done
JJ
with spellcasters. I'm done with being a tank kind of person. So like for me, this is exciting to have a different type of character in MMO. I'm done. Like I said, I'm just done, and I'm a huge James Bond fan. So coming into the agent side of it's going to be really interesting. And I loved Ula V in Fatal Alliance. He was one of my favorite characters. So.
All right,
all
so
goes
JJ
together.
1.0, I'm going to build on what you said there. This is why I don't like the armor progression. You said it's James Bondy. Well, this armor progression didn't feel James Bond. Like, the smuggler was like, yeah, that's Han Solo. They even parodied a Han Solo seed. Imperial Agent, there was no James Bond. He didn't seem like pick up the girl and sweep her down. He didn't seem like getting a cool vehicle that turned into a submarine and then whatever. It was just
Now, think
kinda
Ethan
lame.
Hunt for Mission Impossible.
well,
Yeah, it just didn't feel epic.
yeah, I have to agree. It was, the smuggler one, that was awesome. They put a lot
Yeah.
of work into that one, and this one just kind of, to me, felt like it was kind of flat.
Okay, it doesn't have the personality of the Smuggler trailer, granted, but it's somebody who already wanted to play that class. I'm with Jenny there. I enjoyed seeing it.
Okay. Cool. And along with that trailer that came out, we also had notification of the head start. We already talked about that briefly 5 days in advance. There's not much really else to say about that unless anybody's got any thoughts.
I was pretty underwhelmed by that. I was really hoping for something more than 5 days. Well, of course I was, you know. Of course we were all hoping for like 45 days. But, you know, I was thinking, just kind of from what I had seen being tweeted and just the little blurbs being put out, I was really thinking it was going to be more like 10 days. So I was really kind of sad about that.
Somebody actually tweeted after Stephen Reed said that there was going to be some news about it. It's like, the Friday update's going to be, they're going to let us all in now. Like, what? Really?
Yikes.
All right, any other Friday update stuff or new stuff before we get into the little points? I didn't have any good yellow posts today or this week. They've been busy or something. I don't know, but nobody's made any really epic yellow posts.
They did lay out how to take out a Imperial agent behind cover.
Well, that's Georg.
And
Georg lays it all out there for us. He's awesome. We need to get him in here.
Yeah, Georg laid out that, and he talked about. Oh, that was after. We already talked about this last week. That was after he laid out about the whole Sage not being melee issues. But, yeah.
What am I missing in chat? And that's all. Okay, so moving right along. The new sniper smuggler has a 35-meter range for combat and let the QQing commence on the forums. Oh my word. 5 meters. 5 meters, people. You thought that Georg killed somebody.
They are the range class. That's expected. They're supposed to have the most amount of range because they use sniper rifles.
But see, here's the thing. If you can close on them, say if you were playing a scoundrel or operative, you can, sneak up behind them. Once you get within range, especially if you can get behind them, they're very vulnerable. So it makes it a much more tactical sort of consideration.
No.
Yes.
Okay, so anybody else, that was really revealed, and a lot of people had a problem with it because they say, well, some were saying it's not far enough, some were saying it's too far. What are we going to do as community builders?
I didn't know this was anything new. So had they not announced that the snipers and their mirror class would have a longer range before this week?
I'm not sure if it was officially out in the open or not, to tell you the truth.
Oh, that might be it. Okay, well, because I'd always thought that that the snipers did have a farther range, and which makes perfect sense. You shouldn't. I mean, the sky's not falling. Wait until it gets put into practice, and if it's game breaking, I'm sure they'll adjust it.
I've sworn off the official.
Wait,
form.
so is that range the same as the force sleep?
No, I don't know all the ranges, but I did hear him say something along the lines of the snipers and smuggler gunslinger cast do have the longest ranges in the whole game.
And they should.
So that was an NDA.
It makes sense.
Yeah.
There's, let's see, sniper. Well, also there's in addition to the immersion question there's a fair balance question to ask. But this is a sort of thing where they're effective at long range and less effective at short range.
Right. Sorry, I'm losing control. There's stuff going on in the Twitch TV chat now. I would RP a love crush on a trash compactor in the Death Star.
What?
Yeah, I mean, who wouldn't?
All right, let's move on. There's a new book coming out. Anybody excited besides me?
I am.
11 hits, and
I think they released it way too late.
Does it have pictures?
No, it doesn't.
It's going to be hard to finish that before the game comes out.
I'm very excited. I've actually done Deceived and Fatal Alliances, and fantastic work.
Me too.
So,
you know what kind of was strange to me, Mike, was just the amount of pimping that they have done on that third and final book. I just was trying to picture what the meetings were like, where they were in there talking, okay, make sure you tweet about this book every day this week, because they really went over the top with it, and I was really just trying to picture what the reasoning would be. Obviously they've got guys that make a lot more money, making those decisions, but it was really kind of surprising to me that they how hard.
But Drew
they pushed that.
Karpshin before this, he's one of the biggest Star Wars writers of the new times now. His Darth Bane series is huge. So just those people who aren't even going to play the game are going to want to buy this book regardless, just because of him as an author.
And I didn't pay a lot of attention. Is it this book or the next one that has some reveals for storyline?
I think it's this one. I think this one is something about the Emperor, I believe.
Which
I could be wrong,
nobody knows. Yeah.
See, I can't bring myself to read this book because I played Revan as the evil bastard
I know, we went
female.
over this last week.
I'm just like, I don't know if I can stand this.
Well, you're going to have to wrap your head around it, because you may, I don't know, I cannot confirm nor deny that you might see him again.
I have no confirmation as to whether or not anything I could say might violate the NDA, and therefore I'd just be quiet about whether or not that could even happen.
All right, the next thing on the list, James Olin on Twitter. James gets in trouble for
Didn't he say
talking.
how Stephen Reed was like, sitting behind him watching his every tweet?
It's probably not James on Twitter. It's probably Steven as, a puppet master. I'm going to get in trouble for that. Interesting thing that he's the one that actually tweeted the stuff this afternoon that gave us some of the confirmations, and evidently he still has a job, but I think it's still a little far for them to get rid of him at this point, so it's all good. Interesting things. If you haven't followed him on Twitter, go ahead and find him. I'm sure somebody will link that. I wish we could get him on Google+.
We want to get everybody from BioWare on Google+.
I know. Who's the number one contributor from BioWare on the Google+? Who?
Georg.
Yes, he rocks. Thank you, Georg. And he got a little nervous when I said I had a man crush on him the other day, I think, but hey, it's all good.
What is this man crush?
Stephen Reed's on there, but he hasn't posted one single thing, so shame on you, Stephen.
So is Daniel Erickson.
I think he has.
But he posts rarely.
William's on there.
Yeah. William Wallace.
Freedom. Yeah, sorry. All right, and then guild deployment might be a good topic. Was one of the questions that was put in the little forum thing.
Yeah, is everyone ready?
Sure. You got a question?
I don't have a guild.
Aww.
We'll do that in a little bit.
Sith Vengeance is ready.
Oh no, we're not doing guild pimpages yet.
Oh,
down.
Guild.
Later. No.
I think anyone in here, like, if they're in a guild, their guild is probably ready by now, given how, like, about this game we are.
Yeah, who has the green text that says you're ready for deployment? Everybody?
I do.
Yo.
Okay. Good. Yeah, we do too, so it's awesome. A lot of people still have questions on that. You can find the answers. Another question was brought up, and this is an interesting thing. It really coincides. Redeemed had our first guild meeting last night. We had quite a lot of great folks show up in our Mumble server, and one of the questions that was then brought up, we talked about then, is using Mumble while gaming and in the guild. And then somebody said, what is your opinion on VoIP applications, Google Ventrilo, TeamSpeak, in a fully voiced MMO? How is that going to work out? And so this is opinion, and just kick it around, guys.
Yeah, I threw that out there. So one of the things that, because I've never played a fully voiced MMO, maybe there hasn't been one, and don't throw things, but I never played KOTOR or KOTOR 2. But I can't imagine, I can just see myself, wanting to get into the story and listen to every word said, and then having people, talking in my ear. So you can almost throw giant, not in my group, because there have been scenarios in WoW where I would be in a group, right, just running an instance of somebody, and I would be in an event channel that had, 15 people in it, and it's okay because you can still coordinate, and people aren't talking over each other too much, but I can't imagine trying to pay attention. It's like people talking in a movie almost.
I got one word for you, Cody. Just one word. Subtitles.
Can you repeat that word? Because I didn't hear it.
Wasn't that 2 words?
No, it's one
It's
word.
one word.
Subtitles.
Oh, subtitles.
Okay.
They don't work for me. I end up missing the
I thought
story
he said death paddle.
because I'm reading the subtitles, and I get screwed up on it. I don't know why.
Subtitles.
I know for me, I'm a real fanatic for game music, especially really well done game music. Blizzard does fantastic game music, so whenever an expansion thing comes out, I always tell everybody, it's like, okay, I love y'all, but I'm not going to be in vent right now. I'm going to be actually immersed in the first thing, and once I go through it and hear the music over and over and over, then I usually plug in and it's all cool. So for me, now of course I'm in beta, and I've done Tython and Ornamental several times. I've done Coruscant several times. So for me, it's not going to be a big deal, that part. But once I'm off of Coruscant, I'm unplugging and listening to everything.
Mm-hmm.
So
I was a naughty boy during World of Warcraft. I had a add-on that was called Soundtrack, and I replaced all the music with Star Wars music.
Nice.
So whenever I got into, so it was like I was playing Star Wars Galaxies, but with the World of Warcraft. Because every time I get in combat, I'd play like the Droid Army March and all that stuff. So it was good times.
And kind of along the same lines, I'm in beta 2, and something that I've noticed that's just kind of interesting is, a lot of times I would have late night World of Warcraft sessions, and that was all well and good, but man, if you're sitting there trying to pay attention after midnight your local time to this story that's going on, I found my mind drifting a lot, which is kind of a good thing and a bad thing. I'm glad that SOTOR is going to have something that you want to pay attention to, but man, I may have to set an alarm or set a limit on myself to, once you start getting this sleepy, you need to cut it off or you're not going to be able to pay attention.
That's called being adult, my friend.
Yeah.
That's what caffeine is for.
Also, coffee.
Coffee.
Yeah, but
This guy told me to go hunt some banthas for this chick whose cat was doing I don't know.
I guess though, in WoW, I never really felt compelled to care that I was maybe losing focus. But on this, I'm like, I don't want to miss anything.
Agreed.
Yeah.
well, it reminds me a quick story of it's WoW, and it was in Ice Crown, and I was with a group, and first time I got to Sarfang Jr. And I'm a lore nerd, if y'all didn't know that. And we get done with it actually wiped a couple times. This is back when we were first starting out. And we finally killed him. And there's that big, epic event afterwards. And all these jerks are going off in Ventrilo, and I can't hear the story. I'm like, no! I know, I'm a win.
Yeah,
Anyway,
no, I can appreciate that.
so I guess we've got different opinions. I'm going to
So those are really good points. I'm not sure how any of that is going to work out.
Well, I'll just, bring it up to, prepare yourself for the unknown because, I mean, even, normally if, there was somebody that, I may get a phone call or somebody may say, hey, I need you to come kill a spider or something. I'm just like, hold on, this chick's talking. I mean, it really, the analogy of watching a movie is really...
Well, it is.
It really
know-
is because you're like, hold on, I don't want to miss what they're saying, and I can't really pause it.
But will the dialogue wait as long as you want?
Yeah, I think. I would assume so.
I don't
It's
think
just
it
like-
will. If you're grouped, I don't think it will.
Right. There's a timer. They have confirmed that there's a timer when you're in groups. When you're not in a group,
Okay.
it's going to be like Mass Effect or Dragon Age, where if you sit there for a bit, it'll actually pop up the log of the subtitles. So that way, if you miss something, you can pause, wait, and then it'll display what you just missed.
And if you wait even longer, they'll say, hey, are you awake? Hey. Hey, nub. No, anyway. So that's an interesting topic. Any other questions you guys have that you want to kick around before we do the guild pimpage and get this thing wrapped up for our 7th? How many are doing the epic beard, the launch beard? I know him.
I noticed Johnny has a handlebar.
He does.
What, can't you tell? I've been
Well,
growing mine for about 3
This is
months now.
the Movember
I like it.
mustache.
I like yours, Brad. That looks pretty sweet.
Oh yeah.
We don't have our representatives in the house. They're all in the chat room right now. Lewis made it in there, and Eric's over there. So they're our epic beard guys. Okay, what other things would you guys like to talk about really quickly? What are some pressing questions that we can answer that does not break NDA?
Did anyone see the Q&A from James Olin today?
Parts of it.
There's no perks or anything for people who go the gray path. There's...
The gray path.
That's what they
The
call
path
it.
of depression.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you are right, Jewel. It is difficult to sometimes say stuff and not break the NDA, so that's why.
Yeah, I'm like silent the whole time because I don't know what to say. I'm like not sure if we'll break.
It was quite
or
funny. I
not.
was watching the TOR Syndicate stream last night, and David Bass asked the fan sites. He goes, "Hey, how many people are in the beta?" And someone's like, "I have." He goes, "How long have you been playing?" And he looks at David and he goes, "I'm in beta, and there is a beta."
All right, well then, since nobody has any more questions, which is awesome, I want to just continue to just encourage us, and we'll do the guild pimpage in a second. But remember, we're trying to build the community up in Google Plus, but also Twitter and Facebook, and even on the forums. Although the forums, it's a scary place, just like any official games forums. But make ourselves known and make sure that we represent and help build people up. So when we roll that first day on those servers in Head Start or even after launch, that we can be good people to everybody and make sure things go smooth, and we have a great community that lasts for years, longer than even the WoW population. That's my.
Mike,
I'm going dark side.
Did I catch you saying earlier that there are no trolls in here? Are you sure about that?
Oh no, there are trolls. There are a lot of trolls. Okay, so let's do some guild pimpage or group pimpage. Yeah, right, Andy. The SOTOR forums you will never find in
My Republic Guild, and I'm just a member. I'm not anyone at the top, and that's how I like it, to be honest. I've linked it in the chat there. It's Delusions of Grandeur, and that's the Republic side.
Yeah,
and I'm still
put it in the chat for us. That way we can get it on the notes.
And eventually, I will settle with this somewhere.
All right. Who else?
I'm in 2 guilds. My Sith guild is Guild Umbra, and the link is right there. And my Republic guild is called Fode. They've been around since Galaxies, and this is the link. Yes, it's
yeah, that's retrofitted, isn't it?
Okay.
I'm glad you
Awesome.
got that.
Well, I'm Johnny with Seth Vengeance. We're PvE East, and we'd love to have you join us. Check out our website.
I don't have a guild to pimp out, but can I whore out my fan site?
You can. You can.
I am JJ from ToroCast. We are the longest running podcast for Star Wars The Old Republic, even before Darth Vader. Please check us out. We would love to have you guys listen to us.
And they're not owned by Curse. Yes. Oh, sorry. Was that out loud?
Exactly. There you go. That was actually, it was kind of funny on the stream last night. They grilled Sato from
good.
Darth Vader about it. Because some guild, apparently another fan site called him out on it, calling them sellouts and elitists, and he was at least professional about it.
A professional elitist. No, I didn't say that.
Okay, I am Melissa. I am the Sith Inquisitor Captain at the Guild Genesis. We are a West Coast PvE guild. We're currently scaling down a little bit of our recruitment, so if you apply, make sure to flesh it out and look really nice. I'm also a writer for ToroCast, and that's already been linked. And yeah, that's about it.
Okay. I know, Jewel, you wanted to do your fan site.
Oh, yeah. I'm from ForceJunkies.com. I don't know if any of you guys played Rift. RiftJunkies.com, same guys. So we're kind of new to the whole Star Wars thing.
Welcome.
Check it out.
I'm still looking.
Google page.
What's that?
Do you have a Google page?
Yeah, everybody.
I do not.
Guys, get your Google pages up. I even sent Georg and Steven.
Come on, Peter,
everybody.
you've had 4 hours together.
I know,
So get those pages done.
That's literally dozens of minutes.
Andy, quick question. Have you found a guild yet?
Yeah, I was accepted and redeemed. Thank you very much, Guild Leader, for paying such astute attention to your members. So yeah, I did cave and I joined up with Redeemed. I would prefer.
Oh, make it
Redeemed
sound
to
so
spawn off
great.
a Sith guild.
Not for long, do not.
But yes, Redeemed is an excellent guild. It has everything I was looking for within a guild, minus the Empire side. So we'll go with Redeemed. And, when I get that little itch,
I'm in the exact same boat as Andy.
For the Empire.
We have coffee.
Well, if you guys are talking about Google pages, I'll just do my spiel here that I do when I record the podcast. If you'd like to learn more about us, you can check us out on Twitter.com/ToroCast, Facebook.com/ToroCast, YouTube.com/ToroCast, ToroCast.com, Podbean.com, and you can rate and subscribe us on iTunes. We do appreciate it. You can also call us on our hotline at 347-470-TORO.
And don't forget, he sells apples.
Sells apples.
Damn it,
Yeah, that's
Apple.
honestly
All right, Cody, were you saying something?
Photo.
Were you going to say something, Cody?
Pony or
Unimportant. I was just saying I'm in the same boat as Andy. Not able to find a Sith guild that I want to join, and my job's a hard bargain, so I'm also in Redeemed and looking forward to launch.
I just talk a lot, that's all, really. Come
we're
on.
quickly working our way into the second string.
Yeah, we're gonna be.
There we are.
We're gonna do the redeemed Sith.
The untrustworthy circle of redeemed.
Well, I don't know. I'm in Redeemed too, but I think I seem a little more happy about it than some of these other guys. So I'm not sure what's going on.
Thrilled. I'm
Thank
thrilled
you.
about it.
Thank you,
but you know, I just thought it'd be a lot easier to RP the Sith side, but whatever.
Yeah, I'm still looking for an Imperial roleplay guild myself, but I'm not giving in.
All right. Well, guys, thank you so much for coming. We'll have this up on YouTube shortly and posting stuff on the news page for the Google Plus and all that. And just remember, be good to people out there. Encourage them to be good community members in the SOTOR area, and just keep pushing for a great launch. We're all excited. Thank you.
Yay!
Everybody have a good week.
You too.
Yep.
Bye.
Next week, same bad time, same bad channel.
Bad? Did you say bad? Say
Bat.
bad time?
Bat.
Oh.
Your show. Oh, you're making me feel old, Jewel. Thank you.
Jewel always makes me feel old.
I'm the knight.
I get it.
everybody.
Now. I get it. It's cool.
Take it easy.
See ya.
Thank you, everybody, for showing up in the Twitch TV.
Take care,
chat.
everyone.
You guys are awesome. We'll make sure to get those links and put them in the show notes also, and have that up.
I like this noise that everyone makes when they leave.
I'm not
Don't
sure if I
spell
like
it
this
as
layout.
geniuses. I mean, I know we are geniuses, but that's not the name.
I'm spelling impaired. What can I say? All right, take care, guys. We'll see you later.
Bye.
Killing the stream.